I expected we would come out of Fire Brew Cafe, go right into episode 5 with some results tying our acquisition program directly into the repeat returns loyalty. And this episode would be, here it is, Driver was born. Didn't really go that way. Well, we came out of Dean's restaurant, him being a longtime client of our marketing acquisition program, and now being a brand new client with repeat returns. I thought the marriage between the two programs would go smoother, but they always say that problems you would run into in situations like this actually turn out to be positives. And for a couple months, I was pretty pissed because we went out, we found a couple clients and said, hey, you're a client of repeat returns. We're gonna turn our acquisition program on and we're gonna tie it right into here and it's gonna be a marriage made in heaven, right there. What we found was ironically what we already knew, is that customers that opted in for our program that Dean was in on Facebook and Instagram aren't loyal. And so what we did was stupid. We took people from Facebook and instead of giving them what we had been giving them for years, like free pizza, we gave them that, but the messaging from repeat returns was a loyalty program. And if you've never been to a restaurant and the first message you get's a loyalty message, something doesn't really add up. If we rewind back to episode 1 of Here's a Hospitality, the vision was that Restaurant Marketing That Works, our acquisition program, and repeat returns would merge into one product. Ironically, before that, we thought about keeping both companies completely separate. Having repeat returns, having RMTW, and they just work off each other, that clients can go back and forth, clients can be doing both. We ditched that. We went hardcore with Driver and said, we're gonna force people into this loyalty program, consumers, whether they like it or not. The crazy part was the results that we got in repeat returns, like with Papa Kelsey's and a few others from our acquisition program, are 5 to 10 times what the industry gets in something like that. But they're not what we were used to. We were used to getting 100 people to opt in and 25 to 30 to walk in the restaurant. The industry's 2 to 5. It worked, just not up to the level that we were expecting. And when I look back, it was so damn obvious. It was the messaging. It showed us that Driver isn't just this one-dimensional product. It's now driver loyalty, driver acquisition, driver coaching. And the idea behind that is that customers are gonna need different aspects along the way. Some customers might come in and say, hey, we've got a great marketing department. All we need is a loyalty program. Another company might say, hey, I don't need loyalty. I need new customers to walk in here. And then some are gonna say, I need everything. Show me how to use it, do it for me, help me, whatever. In episode 4, I felt pretty comfortable with what episode 5 would look like. Nothing like this. But I'm glad it happened. I can actually see where episodes 6, 7, and 8 of Here's a Hospitality goes. It's our journey of building this company way stronger than ever before and not worrying about connecting the two products, not worrying about making this superpower, making Driver this massive thing. You know, Nike started with a guy selling shoes out of his trunk. He didn't try and get Jordan as an athlete the first year. That was 20 plus years later. I think part of our failure was me trying to get where I knew we'll be in 3 years right now. And so 2025, 2026 is about just going hard in the paint. We've got a badass loyalty program. We've got a badass acquisition program. Let's run those simultaneously. If customers want to do both, great. If not, great. At some point, we will find a way to connect those. And then Driver will become the ultimate restaurant marketing platform. But for today, it's a couple pieces working really good, just not in unison. I think the natural place to go with episode 6 is our client that has done everything at the highest possible level, Avery up at Little Italy. He's taken a 30-year restaurant over from his father about 7 years ago and went from 500 grand to 5 million plus. And it wasn't just by listening to Matt Plapp or our team or using our products, it was by him being the entrepreneur that will take the ball and run, listening to David Scott Peters, listening to Matt Plapp and our team, and then letting the tools that we provide do their job. So for me, the next season of Here's a Hospitality is going to find our case study client and saying, Avery, you've done it all right. Why and how do others emulate you? So I think Here's a Hospitality Season 2, Episode 6, we bring a new character in, David Scott Peters.
Avery made the change to becoming truly a restaurant owner through delegation, understanding one key principle in our program, that an independent operator, an owner, is not going to be the one to do the work. They have to learn how to use the systems. They have to learn why we use the systems. But they need somebody we call an implementer. And quite frankly, simply put, it's somebody who gets shit done.